Is it fair or is it lawful to ask bus riders to show their tickets? Today on Lehto's Law, if you haven't seen Lehto's Law, I'll have a link down.
Here's Steve Lehto.
A couple people sent me the story.
I'll have a link down to his video in the description. Absolutely go check it out. It's one of my favorite channels to watch. We don't always agree, but he's always intelligent and he's always reasonable. And he's smart as hell. Layman's smart. He's a smart guy. I like him. But anyway, the issue today is it illegal to ask bus riders to show their tickets? And the answer should be, well, yes. It's unconstitutional. I mean, a simple phrase comes to mind, papier bitte. I mean, if you know anything about history, you understand the reference there. So, we're not talking about the bus driver watching you and making sure you get a receipt. We're not talking about the bus driver, seeing, somebody walk onto the bus, didn't look like they paid, say, hey, buddy, did you pay? You got a receipt? We're not talking about that. That's obviously legal. See, we have this thing in this country where we're supposed to have this thing. I have to keep explaining it to people because it doesn't seem to exist anymore in this country. Even though it's right there in the Fourth Amendment, it doesn't seem to exist anymore. We have this thing called probable cause. And if you want to search or seize a person, their effects, or anything about them, basically compulsory interaction on any level whatsoever, you need probable cause. So, we could be talking about different situations. Maybe we are. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on this. But I believe this was about the video. There was a bus. There was people on the bus. The bus stopped and changed drivers. Okay, so driver 1 got off. Driver 2 got on. Now, I don't know about you, but at this point, if driver 2 said, hey, everybody got their tickets? Or if he asked driver 1, why would he ask driver 1? If driver 1 had a problem with a passenger, he would have stopped the bus and dealt with that passenger. I'm not even sure if I'm okay with driver 2 asking everybody on the bus, hey, you got your tickets? Because, they're already on the bus, and driver 1 didn't have a problem with them being on the bus, so why should driver 2 have a problem with them being on the bus? What's his probable cause to demand people show their tickets? But, you know something? If they want to make it their protocol that when a new driver gets on a bus, he asks everybody to check their tickets, I'd be okay with that. Go front to back, and you have everybody show their receipts or tap their card to prove that they paid. That's fine. Because, fare theft can be an issue. That public transport is paid for at those fares, so I get it. Now, the one situation I'm talking about, the guy did pay and refused to show his ticket. Because the guy didn't come on the bus and say, okay, everybody show me your ticket. The guy came on the bus, singled this one black Negro individual out, and said, show me your ticket. Middle of the bus. He wasn't even like the first or the last person. He went to this guy specifically and demanded he show his ticket. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, that's no different than if I walk out of a Walmart with my receipt and the person at the door demands my receipt. It's like, no thank you, and I keep walking. If you have probable cause that I stole anything, loss prevention will already be there stopping me. If they do their job right. If they stop me without probable cause, they're going to have a very bad day. Because once I buy that merchandise, once I buy this thing at Walmart or whatever, it's my property. It belongs to me. You have no right to search me. You have no right to check anything unless you have probable cause. How is it any different on a bus? You get on a bus, you pay for your ticket. That seat now belongs to you. You paid for it. It's your property. They need probable cause if they want to search for it, just like they need probable cause if they want to stop you on the side of the road, which they obviously can invent probable cause, but that's another problem. And just like they need probable cause if they want to see my receipt when I walk out of the store. There's no difference here. And then the police came because the driver wouldn't go. He was being a racist prick and he was targeting this guy specifically. He didn't ask any other passenger on the bus for their tickets. Just this one guy. And of course he refused to show the police as well. And I agree with him. You just like the person refusing to move seats, just like the person refusing to use a different water fountain or whatever, it's complete and total bullshit. And the correct and proper thing to do is to say F you to that noise and resist that bullshit up to and including getting arrested if that's what's necessary. And because this can't be allowed to continue. And if they get away with it and they charge him, then everybody should resist it. Everybody. Nobody ever show a ticket. When a couple thousand people in one city get arrested, we'll see shit change. Okay? But there's no constitutionality here. It's illegal. And can the police randomly stop a bus and check for tickets? That should never be illegal without probable cause. Or never be legal without probable cause. I mean, that's literally a checkpoint. That's specifically what the Fourth Amendment was written for. What's happening here is specifically why they wrote the Fourth Amendment. They didn't write the Fourth Amendment to protect your papers and shit like that. They wrote the Fourth Amendment for a very specific purpose. Go read the Federalist Papers. Read the actual people who wrote these laws and what their reasonings and what their mentality was when they wrote these laws. The Fourth Amendment was written for one very specific problem: general warrants. The king loved his general warrants, so he would command his minions on the American side he would issue a general warrant saying, search these homes, find me contraband. Not, oh, this guy committed a crime and here's the proof I have and here's the evidence I have, go find the gun that he used to kill this person. No, just go tear apart their homes and find something to charge them with. Because you're all guilty. You're guilty, and you're guilty, and you're guilty, and you're guilty, I'm guilty, we're all guilty. It's not possible for you to be innocent. It's impossible. You can't be innocent. There are so many laws on the books today, they can't even count them. They don't even know how many there are. There are so many. It's an uncountable number. You're breaking some law. I guarantee it. You get in your car, you're going to break a law between there and work. It's going to happen. Because there's too many laws. And that's the reason. That's why a cop will follow you until you do something he can pull you over for. If he's not just going to pretend you did something and lie straight through his teeth. So the whole purpose of our foundation of freedom and liberty in this country is to void the general warrant. That is the reason they wrote the Fourth Amendment, which is why it's a complete mockery of law and order in this country that the Supreme Court has allowed drug-sniffing dogs, general warrant, and checkpoints, general warrants. I mean, the Fourth Amendment was explicitly written to void those things. And now you think it's okay for a cop to get on a random bus and randomly ask people, show me your ticket. Even if he asks everybody, it's a general warrant. Search all them passengers. Find one who's broken the law. What? When are we going to eat them? At what point do we stop with this bullshit and figure out that eating them is the best solution? When do we reach that point? Okay, because revolution's never going to happen. We know that. That's just not going to happen. But, maybe some cannibalism will help here.